All righty, so good morning. Time to do a little bit of standing work, a little balance work before we go to the floor for our more basic Pilates work. So I want you to line up your feet 100% with each other. And we're just going to take a couple of breaths there. Ooh, before we do that though, push down through the center of your foot, out through the top of your head. That helps get the core a little bit more tense. And just inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Inhale, getting some width into the ribs. And exhale, narrowing them. Can you feel the back of the rib cage moving as you breathe? Or does it feel like it's all right up in the top front of the chest? That's our stress breath. Let's see if we can slow our breath down, bring it deeper into the lungs. And let's amplify the arm movement. So you're just going to inhale, lift, exhale, drop. The strong exhale will help you find your core. Exhaling, of course, through the mouth. One more. Now we're going to do a standing imprint. Bring your hands to the front of your legs, a little bend to the knees. Find a straight line from your head to your tail. You're going to inhale to imprint. Exhale, neutral. Inhale, getting that little bit of a push back through the low back and neutral. So I'm not trying to round my whole back, just trying to get a little bit of movement through that low back. Press of a hand, the hands into your legs helps that. One more here, inhale, imprint, and neutral. Now I want you to stand up a little straighter. We're gonna do our basic little hip sway to warm up those hips a little bit. Now, part of what we have to be cautious of is if you lean forward, your hips will move more easily, but we wanna be upright because we wanna be working on loosening the hips in our normal standing stance. Now, let's take your feet wider, turn your knees out, little softness through the knees again, little side to side sway through the hips. And it's okay if you're getting less movement in one of these rotations than another one. And it just says to you, the fascia that helps you have this external rotation is stiff. If this is the one that your body doesn't like, let's turn inwards, same thing, soft knees, a little side to side sway. Now, if you have your feet too wide, it's kind of impossible, yeah? And right, this should be fun, it should be playful. You shouldn't be going, oh, I can't do this as well as I could yesterday. If you do it more, maybe it'll move more easily. Let's go back to parallel, step one foot slightly in front of the other, soft knees again, little side to side sway here. And you're trying to have your weight right between your 2 feet, front to back. So you aren't all on the back foot, yeah? And then let's switch which foot is forward. Go back to that side to side sway through your hips. Breathing. And notice if one foot forward feels happier than the other foot forward, and if that's the case, that's the side that if you were doing this on your own, you'd want to do it more. Let's bring your feet back to parallel. We're just gonna bring it into the upper body with our pendulum arm swing. Remember, it's kind of like going for a walk. Let your chest turn towards your back arm. And I want you to play with dropping your hands down and seeing how much they want to bounce back up again. Don't think lift your arms. We're working on the catapult effect in our fascia, which is why it's a drop and bounce back up again. If it doesn't want to bounce back up much, that just means we got to give it more love. Let's bring that in front of you. Soft knees, drop and bounce back up again. Does it want to do that? One more to each side here. And then we're going to do a little bit of strength work standing today. And we're going to do some squats. They're going to be a basic gym squat. So as you bend your knees, you're going to stick your bum out. And as you come back up again, you're going to press through the center of the foot. So careful, don't tuck that pube bone forward as you go down. You're thinking tail down and out backwards. Now I like to bring my hands together as I go down and come back up again. Inhale down, press through the center of your foot to come up. Inhale down, exhale, press through the center of your foot to come up. One more here and up. Now we're gonna do the same thing in our lateral. So you're gonna step your feet wider. Lateral is that outward rotation. Knees aim over the center of your foot. And you're gonna come down and up. Now you'll notice that when you're in the lateral, you don't have to lean so far forward. This is what ballerinas do, which is why they can do deep knee bends and stay upright. Two more here. Pressing through the center of the foot to come up. Beautiful. Now, all we're going to do from here is do the balancing game we've been doing lately. So, right, make sure you're not gripping in your bum and thighs. Bring your one knee forward. If this is balance for you, stay here. Or lift that foot off the floor and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do the other side. So, right, soften the bum and thighs, bring your knee forward, float your foot up, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll do that one more time on each side. So, knee forward, lift it up, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side, bring your knee forward. And if you can, you're lifting that foot off the floor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go down to our hands and knees and do a little bit of cat stretch. Just gonna transition my iPad and do a little lighting adjustment. And we're gonna be on our hands and knees. Our hands are gonna be shoulder distance apart. Our knees are gonna be sit bone distance apart. Our sit bones are what ache when we sit on something hard and they're in direct relationship with your hip. So lots of times people take their knees too wide because they think they want their knees to match the outside of their body. It's not on the outside of your body, it's inside your body where that hip joint is. So, right, belly buttons in, shoulders out of the ears, take an inhale. Exhale, point your tail down at the floor, scoop your back up to the ceiling. Take an inhale here. And exhale, flatten back to where you started. Take an inhale. Exhale, curling around, scoop your back up to the ceiling. Take an inhale. Exhale, flattening back out again. Inhale. Exhale, curling around. Inhale, hold. And exhale, flatten. Let's do it on the 2 breath. Exhale, round. Inhale, flatten. Exhale, round. Inhale, flatten. One more. Rounding and flattening. We're going to go on to our backs. We're going to do a little bit of hip roll, which is an exercise where you lift your bum up off the floor. So, right, you're going to have your feet within the width of your body. Now, we're going to sequence our spine today, right? Rolling up one vertebra at a time, back down again. If you've had disc issues or nerve pain down your legs lately, you're not going to want to do that. You're going to want to keep your back straight as you lift your butt off the floor. Now, right feet are within the width of your pelvis, right? Ideally, they're that sit bone distance apart again. I want you to take an inhale to prepare. You're going to exhale, imprint, so the low back flattens down towards the floor. Press into your feet, lift up, stacking your knees over your ankles. Take an inhale and exhale, soften through the rib cage and roll back down again. Now remember, got to keep the back straight if you've got some nerve pain, right? No rolling. Take an inhale. Exhale, imprint. If you're rolling, now press your feet into the floor, stack your knees over your ankles. Take an inhale. And exhale, rolling back down again. 2 more. Exhale as you roll up. Now remember, if this is bugging your hamstring, you got to get your inner thigh a little bit more active. So as you go down, don't let your knees get further apart. 1 more here. Take an inhale. Exhale. rolling up one vertebra at a time, knees stack over ankles. Take an inhale. Exhale, coming back down again. Beautiful. Now, if you like something under your head, you're going to pop it under your head. And then let's bring your hands up in front of your chest with your palms facing each other. We're going to see if we can find neutral shoulder today. You're going to inhale, reach your fingertips forward, right? That takes the shoulder into protraction. And then let's come back to neutral. Inhale, protract. Exhale, neutral. Now keep going on this. I didn't talk about neutral spine. Are you in neutral spine? Is your tail heavy, low back, light and ribs heavy? One more of these, forward and back to neutral. Now we're going to go the other way. You're going to pull your shoulder blades back towards each other. That's called retraction. And then come back to neutral. Inhale, pull back and come to neutral. Now notice this is a much smaller movement than when we go forward. Retract and neutral. One more here, retract and neutral. Let's do all three positions. So forward, neutral, back, neutral. Forward, neutral, back, neutral. One more, forward, neutral, back, and neutral. Now keep those shoulders in neutral. We're going to use an inhale today to take both arms towards the floor above your head. Exhale, bring them up in front of your chest. Inhale, reaching back. Exhale, in front of your chest. Inhale, reaching back. Exhale, in front of your chest. Are you keeping that back in neutral? Are your ribs staying down as your arms reach back? One more here. Inhale, reach back. And exhale, neutral. Well, in front of your chest. Let's bring the arms down. Let's just go to some head nods. So keeping your head weighted down on whatever it's resting on, right? Sense the weight of it, leave it there. Inhale, little nod. Exhale, release. Inhale, tiny nod. Exhale, release. As you nod, remember, top of the head reaches away from the top of the shoulders. One more here, little nod. And release. We're going to go back to the arms for a moment. Pick your arms up just a little bit off the floor. Palms are faced inwards. You're going to inhale. Slide your shoulders towards your ears. Exhale, slide towards your heels. Inhale up towards your ears. Exhale down towards your heels. Are your collarbones wide? Ideally they are. One more here. Inhale up. Exhale down. We're going to move to our ab prep. So I want you to pop your hands behind your head. I want your elbows at that 45-degree angle where both your ribs and shoulder are in neutral. Feel the weight in the tailbone, the lightness in the low back. You're going to inhale, nod. Exhale, round through your rib cage, curl up to look at your knees. Inhale here, and exhale back down again. Inhale, nod. Exhale, curl. Now, when you're here, between your shoulder blades and your belly button, that part of your back is heavily weighted into the floor. Let's go back down. Inhale, nod. Exhale, curl. Inhale, hold it. Exhale, back down again. Inhale, nod. Now, as you curl up, you're trying not to let the belly bulge out. It's staying flat. Inhale. And back down again. You will see some movement in that abdominal wall when you take your inhale, when you're at the top, but you don't want to see it push up towards the ceiling a lot. Let's do two more. Inhale, nod. Exhale, curl. Inhale, hold. Exhale, down. One more. Inhale, nod. Exhale, curl. Inhale, hold. And exhale, down. Let's go on to our front to do a little bit of breaststroke preps. You're going to come onto your tummy. You're going to have your hands beside your head. You're going to have from your fingertips to your elbows on the floor. Your legs are close together with your kneecaps pointing down. A little pressure of the top of the foot into the floor will help your legs be active and your core a little bit engaged just to be here. It's just a gentle pressure though. You're going to inhale, slide your shoulder blades down your back towards your heels. Exhale, use your back muscles to lift your upper chest away from the floor. Inhale here and exhale back down again. Inhale, slide your shoulder blades. Exhale, coming up. Now, when you're here, ideally you're feeling some work in that part of your back just below your shoulder blades. And let's go back down again. Inhale, slide your shoulder blades. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. Exhale, down. One more of these. Inhale, slide your shoulder blades. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. And exhale down. We're going to go to breaststroke prep number 2. So the arms are going to come alongside the body. I like people to start this exercise with the palms facing the ceiling. Now, is the top of your foot still gently pressed into the floor? You're going to inhale, turn your palms inwards, opening your collarbones wide. Exhale, use your back muscles to lift up. Inhale, your feet are still on the floor and come down. Inhale, turn your palms inwards. Upper back and upper chest are equally wide. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. Exhale, down. Inhale, turn the palms in. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. Exhale, down. Just one more of these. Inhale, turn the palms inwards. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. And down. Let's pop your hands under your forehead, last arm position here. Now, you can either leave your arms down, or if you want to give yourself a challenge, lift your arms with you as you go up. But if it's tightening the top of your shoulders and going into your neck when you lift your arms, just leave them on the floor. So right top of the foot is pressed into the floor. Inhale, slide your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, use your back muscles to lift. Inhale, hold. And exhale down. Inhale, slide your shoulder blades. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. Exhale, down. One more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. And down. Let's just go to our shell stretch. So, right, if your knees are happy knees, you're just going to sit back over your heels, round out your back. Hang out here. You're trying to sit on your heels as much as you comfortably can here. A little rock side to side. It's a nice thing for your body, right? If your knees are not happy, you can always lay on your back and hug your knees towards your chest. A little rock side to side there as well is a nice thing to do. We'll do one more breath here. And then we're going to go on to our back for the 100, right? Which is the quintessential Pilates exercise. Quite often when people first start doing this exercise, they feel like, oh my goodness, this is weird. What am I doing? They kind of feel like a demented hummingbird. And then the more they do it, the more challenging it becomes, right? Now remember, if your neck is sore, you can leave your head down on the floor. If your low back is sore today, leave your feet on the floor. You could practice the breath and you'd still be doing the 100. So first things first, let's see if we can find neutral. So right, remembering neutral, pelvis is heavy, low back light, ribs heavy, right? And the ribs I'm talking about are not up near your shoulder blades. They're down behind your belly button and upwards from there, up your back from there. Now, right, imprint, take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, find your imprint. Lift one leg at a time up to tabletop if your low back's good. Inhale, nod. Exhale, curling up if you're coming up. And go inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 4, 10. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 20. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 30. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 40. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 50. Remember, you can straighten your legs if you want to make it harder. So 2, 3, 4, 60. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 70. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 80. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 90. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 100. Take an inhale. Exhale if your legs are up. Hug them into your chest. If they don't, We're going to put your feet on the floor. We're going to just do a little bit of a rock side to side here through the hips. Now, right, if you have a tendency towards sore hips and you have your knees pulled in towards your chest, keep your legs apart. It's nicer on your hip. Don't try to squeeze your legs together. So, right, let's come up off of our back, and we're just going to do a little bit of an arm exercise, because what I've noticed, right, last week I started to teach in person at the Pilates studio, and what I've noticed amongst everybody I'm seeing in person is that everybody's shoulders are a little bit forward, and that's I'm blaming on all the screen time. So all we're going to do is a little bit of external rotation of the humerus bone, but we're really going to try and isolate the back of the shoulder. And so how we're going to do that is we're going to have our arms bent at a right angle. Now, from here, you're going to want to not have your elbows back by the seam of your t-shirt. See how that made my shoulder come forward? I want to bring my elbows forward to the seam of my t-shirt. See how that just made my chest open out a little bit? That helped my shoulder be in a more neutral place. Now, right belly button's in, feel tall out the top of the head. All you're going to do from here is pull the back of the hands away from each other and come back to where you started. Now, the big goal in this to help target the back of the arm is that when that elbow spins, you're actually spinning that humerus bone in the shoulder joint, and that elbow only is rotating. It's not drifting forward and back. I could take my hands much wider if I move my elbow out of that specific positioning right in front of the seam of my t-shirt. If I keep it there and I do that external rotation, I start to feel the back of the shoulder. So if you're not feeling the back of the shoulder, you're letting that elbow move forward and back rather than keeping it still. One more here. Hope you were breathing on that. Yeah, we're going to go do a little bit of spine twist while we're sat up. So you can sit with crossed legs, straight legs, diamond legs. The big thing is you want to be sitting up nice and tall. You can work here if your shoulders are sore after that last exercise, or we're going to take the arms out to the side. Now, I want you to look straight forward, wiggle your fingers. If you can't see your fingertips in your peripheral vision, your arms are too far back. Find your core. Take an in. We're going to inhale to turn, aren't we? So we're going to go in, 2, 3, exhale, center. Other side, 2, 3, exhale, center. In, 2, 3, exhale, center. Do you feel the tissue around your waist tensing, or maybe a sense of compression through there to turn you in, 2, 3, exhale, center, because we're turning above our belly button. Exhale, center. One more here. And center. Good. Now, from here, where we're going to go is we're going to go to a little bit of spine stretch forward. So, right? I just turn sideways so I can have my legs straight. If your legs are straight, feet are shoulder distance apart. I just need a sip of water. If your legs are in diamond, it's all good. We want our hands on the front of our legs. You could even have a yoga block under your bum for this. Imagine your back's on the wall behind you. Take an inhale. Exhale, start with your head round forward, pulling your belly button in and up. Top of the forehead's aiming for your knees. Inhale. Exhale, back up again. Take an inhale. Exhale, scooping your belly button in as you go down. Take an inhale into your back. Exhale, back up again. 2 more of those. Exhale as you go down. Inhale. Exhale, coming back up again. 1 more. Exhale as you go down, top of the forehead, aiming for the knees. And back up again. 2 breaths. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Coming back up again. Exhale down. 1 more, coming all the way up. Now, let's do 3 slow roll downs today. Now, from here, all I want you to do is have your legs bent, press your heels into the floor, round forward over your legs. Scoop your back around. Now, if this is bugging the back of your neck, you dropped your head too much, lift the back of the head towards the ceiling a bit. Now, sense that pressure of the heels down. You're going to try and keep a connection to that as you go back. It will lighten them. So take an inhale, exhale, curling back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Can you still feel your heels on the floor? And 1. I don't care how you get back up again. We're coming back up again. Make sure you're in that C curve shape. Shoulder blades feel like a waterfall going down your back. Take an inhale. Exhale, curling back. Keep pulling your pube bone towards your belly button. That's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more, coming all the way up. Find that C curve over your legs, shoulders out of the ears. Exhale as you're curling back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, while we're down here, let's stay down here. If you like something extra under your head, you're going to pop it under your head. We're going to do a little bit of single leg circle today. Now, if you want to make this exercise harder, you're going to hold straight arms up in front of your chest. Try and keep your shoulder in neutral. We're going to lift one leg. Well, first of all, find neutral spine. So right, tail heavy, low back light, ribs heavy. Lift one leg up to tabletop. Now, if your legs have been tight lately, this is a great place to stay, or we can go to a straight leg for this. I want you to draw a circle on the ceiling, either with your kneecap or your toe. We're going to bring the leg across center, away from your face, out to the outside and back to where you started. Inhale to start your circle. Exhale to finish it. 3, 4, one more this direction, and 5. We're going to go the other way, outside to inside. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to place your foot down. We're going to lift your other leg to tabletop. Are you still in neutral? Let's take that leg straight if that's where you're working today. Now we're going inside to outside. 2, 3, 4. Are your ribs still heavy? And 5. Let's go the other way, outside to inside. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And place your foot down. Now, to make our hip flexors feel better after that, all we're going to do is a couple of shoulder bridges. If you have something under your head, get rid of it. Feet are within the width of the body still. We're keeping our back straight here as we lift our butt up off the floor. So, right, remember, you're going to keep your knees the same distance apart as you do this exercise. So they're not going to go in and out on you. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, press your feet into the floor. Lift up, stacking your knees over your ankles. Take an inhale, hold that. And exhale back down again. Just 2 more of those. Take an inhale. Exhale, press your feet on the floor and lift. Inhale, hold. Exhale down. 1 more. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. And exhale down. Good. Now from here, let's just go to some oblique work. So I want you to pop your hands behind your head. Your elbows are at that 45-degree angle again. If you want to make this more challenging, imprint and lift the legs to tabletop. You're going to inhale, do that little nod. Now let your head be cradled in your arms as you use your core to curl up and look at your knees. Take an inhale here. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, center. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, center. And back down again. Inhale, nod. Exhale, curl. Inhale. Exhale, rotate. Other side. And back down again. Exhale, curl up. Now remember, you're going to look down the outside of your legs and then down the other side. and back down again. And make sure it's a twist that's making that look down the outside of the leg work. So right shoulder to knee, opposite shoulder to knee, and down. 2 more of these. Exhale, curl up, inhale, exhale, rotate, other side, and down. 1 more. Exhale, curling up, rotate, other side, and down. Good. Now, if you lifted your feet up, let's bring them down. And I want everybody to open your elbows sideways. And we're just going to rock the knees side and center a little bit just to get a bit of a release through the chest, right? Because that's part of the reason why our shoulders end up so far forward is we're just stronger and tighter in our chest than we are in our back. And if we can give it a little bit of kind of like a, feels like I'm pulling taffy here, but the taffy happens to be somewhere between my elbow and my belly button. Yeah. 1 more here. And then let's go to a little bit of single leg stretch. Now, single leg stretch is done in the same position as the 100. If you've had nerve pain down your legs lately, you're not going to want to do this exercise because you do have to lift your legs. But if you have neck issues, you can keep your head on the floor. We're going to find your imprint. Bring your legs up to tabletop. Inhale, nod your chin in. Exhale, curl up to look at your knees. Now, you're going to grab your legs, but you're going to put the inside hand on that knee, outside hand on your ankle, and then straighten your other leg. Now, here's the tricky thing. We're going to switch legs and try and have our hands do that same thing. So right inside of the knee, outside of the ankle. Exhale as you switch. Now, if the hand position is too confusing, just grab the leg with both hands somewhere near the knee. Shh, 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 shh. Are you still imprinted? Shh, shh, shh. And this hand position just helps you track your legs. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring the knees together. Bring the head down and hug your knees into your chest. Little rock side to side. Remember, if you have a tendency towards a sore hip, don't worry about trying to squeeze those knees together. That's a little aggressive on the hip. And let's go onto our belly to do a little bit of work laying on our front. So, right, we're going to start with a little bit of one leg kick. That's the one with the knee bend in it. You have 2 options of body position for this. If this funny little double pulse in the leg is confusing for you, come down onto your belly. Or if you're feeling like you got that going, you're going to want to be up on your elbows because this is just a little bit more challenging position. Now, regardless if you're down or up, you want to have your legs fairly close together with your kneecaps pointing down. Your shoulder blades are in your back pockets. And I want you to pull your pube bone forward towards the floor, feeling the tensioning where your thigh and your butt meet. Now, here's the fun thing. On the knee bend, that's going to want to let go. You're trying to keep it. So it's not about trying to touch your toe to your bum. You're going to inhale to prepare, bend your leg, bring the toe in, bounce up, bring your heel in, straighten your leg. Other leg goes toe, heel, straighten. And toe, heel, straighten. Toe, heel, straighten. And toe, heel, straighten. Toe, heel, straighten. Are you breathing? Toe, heel, straighten. Is your butt still engaged or did it relax? That's the hardest part I find for myself. But I'm prone to low back pain, just like a lot of you guys. And it has to do with that thud where your thigh and your butt meet, not wanting to be as active as ideal. 1 more here. Toe, heel, and straighten. Last one. Toe, heel, and straighten. Let's come down onto our belly. We're going to wake up that foot. Yeah. So hands are under your forehead, belly buttons in, kneecaps are pointing down. You're going to have your shoulders out of your ears. Inhale, pull that pube bone forward towards the floor. Now keep your legs straight and just barely lift it off the floor. Do you feel your foot tighten? And come back down again. Inhale, pube bone forward. Exhale, lift. Now, if your thighs come off the floor, you're trying to lift too high, you're twisting your pelvis to do that. And back down again. Inhale, pube bone forward. Exhale, lift, and you're arching your low back, and that's not what we're looking for. Back down again. One more on this side. Inhale, pube bone forward. Exhale, reach out your foot to lift. And back down again. Other side. Inhale, pube bone forward. Exhale, reach out your foot to lift. You feel the tensioning and down. Inhale, pube bone forward. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. Exhale, down. Two more here. Inhale, exhale, lift. And back down again. One more. Exhale, lift. And back down. Good. Rest. Rock your hips side to side. So it doesn't mean that your whole butt cheek doesn't get involved. But if you think whole butt cheek, you can actually kind of put a lot of pressure on your sciatic nerve, right? Which we don't want that. We want to try and find the lowest fibers of our bum, right where they meet your thigh. And that will actually condition that part of your tissue that we're not irritating that sciatic nerve. So let's do just a little bit more, but on the two breath. So belly buttons in, shoulders out of your ears. Inhale, pube bone forward. Exhale, lift one leg. Inhale, down. Same leg, lift and down. Now, do you feel tensioning where the thigh and the butt meet as you're doing this? If you don't, think about pulling your pube bone even further forward towards the floor. Of course, with that doesn't tighten our neck. Now let's do the other side. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Does it feel different than the other side? Mine does. It's okay if they don't feel 100% symmetrical. We're working towards it, but you know, it's a process. One more here and rest. Let's go to our shell stretch. So, right, if your knees are happy, you're sitting back over your heels. And if they're not happy, you are laying on your back and drawing your knees in towards your chest. And we'll do just a gentle little bit of rock and roll side to side here. Now, if you're on your knees, you could play with rocking just your hips, or just your shoulders, or just your head, or you could kind of combine all three. One more nice breath here. And let's do a tiny touch of our side leg work. So we're going to come onto our side. We're going to be a straight line from our head to our feet. Our hips are going to be stacked. Now, remember, when we're stacking our hips, we're thinking two things. One, we got to reach out that top leg enough that the side of our waist comes off the floor. But we've got to make sure that we haven't rolled that top hip so far back that the ribs start to lift. We got to get that top hip a little further forward. In other words, that ASIS point, what we think of as a hip bone, is angled down towards the floor in front of you, not at the wall in front of you. So you'll be resting a little bit on the front of the greater trochanter of the leg you're laying on, right? So the greater trochanter is this bumpy thing on your thigh bone. Now, all we're going to do from here is you're just going to lift your top leg up, flex your foot, bring it down, point your foot, reach up, flex, bring it down, point. Now, more challenge, hand on the leg. And we are trying not to change the relationship of the side of our torso with the floor as we move our leg. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. One more here. And just for fun, we're going to do circles. So you're going to lift the top leg up just to hip height, 10 little circles in each direction, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Reversing, make sure they go behind you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Are you breathing? And 10. Take that leg down. Let's just do this on the other side. So right, straight line from your head to your feet. Hips are stacked, right? So that top leg is reached away from you, but the top hip is rolled forward, so the ribs are down, yeah? You're going to lift your top leg up, flex your foot, bring it down, point your foot, reach up, flex, bring it down, point. Now remember, you have to keep reaching out that top leg so the side of your waist doesn't drop into the floor as you do this. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, Exhale down. 2 more up and down. Last one up and down. Circles lifting up. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Reversing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good rest. Let's go onto our back. Do a little bit of a release for our hips, because if you haven't done those circles in a long time, it's like, woo. So take your feet the width of your mat. If you like something extra under your head to help your neck and shoulders be happy, do that. And then we're just going to drop one knee into the middle and pick it up, and other knee into the middle and pick it up. And we're just working on that tissue on the outside of your hip, just giving it a bit of a stretch. Yeah. And I will say, having been back into the studio in the last week, that the big thing that people have lost during shutdown is internal rotation in our thigh bone. So I'm going to start adding a bit of that work in for you folks, whether I'm seeing you in person or here next week. Jeff and I are going to talk about it later. Yeah. One more on each side here. Yeah. And he will let you know. Let's just come onto our tummies and do a little bit of swan dive just to do that bigger back extension before we call it a class. So we're down on our belly, hands are beside our head, legs are open to a V shape. Now, the V shape isn't the width of your mat. That's a lot of strain on your hips. You want to have your feet about shoulder distance apart here. And then I want you to see if you can find the muscles in your bum that pull your heels towards the middle. That's outward rotation. That actually comes from your hip joint, not from your feet, but you'll feel it. For most of us, we feel it most accurately in our feet. Now, right, belly button's in. You're going to inhale, slide your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, come up onto your elbows, and then come higher using your arms in your bum. Inhale, and exhale back down again. Inhale, slide your shoulder blades. Exhale, extending up. Are your heels still pulled towards the middle? And back down again. Inhale, slide your shoulder blades. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. Exhale, down. We'll do one more here. Inhale, slide your shoulder blades. Exhale, coming up. Inhale, hold. And exhale, down. Last shell stretch for the class, right? So we're just going to sit back over our heels, round out our back, or lay on our back and hug our knees in. A little side to side rock is always a nice thing. And that just has to do with helping the fascia be happier. Yeah, a little unwinding of the tissue, because there's spirals in all of our internal tissue. And let's just, because I got 2 minutes left, do a little bit of mermaid. So I want you to sit on up, and legs can either be crossed or diamond or wide if your hips don't like this position. Mine really love it. And we're just going to find a side bend here. So you want the feet wide. You're going to imagine your head is on the wall behind you. Your belly button's in. You're going to inhale, reach up to the ceiling. Exhale, side bend, reaching your arm for the wall, not the floor. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Now keep both sit bones down as you side bend. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, up. Exhale, release. Last one. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, up. And exhale, release. So thank you so much for hanging out with us and doing a little Pilates. We will connect again with you really soon.